Thank you, Mr. Rossendale, for calling me to speak, and I want to thank the honourable member for securing this really important debate. I looked around the room a moment or two ago, and I think I probably, certainly, qualify as the oldest person here. So this has a particular resonance for me. I am over 60, in fact I'm 67 on the 5th of May, go me, and I really have a vested interest in this, and I should declare it right away. I'm also very, very glad that if I do require care at home, I will probably have care at home in Scotland. I don't say standing here that everything in Scotland is perfect. I don't stand here and say that there's things that couldn't happen there as well. But I do think that in terms of the debate, securing the national minimum wage for these mainly women who deal with caring in all sorts of levels, and the paid home care workers, actually we're going too cheap for them. We should be looking for the living wage of £8.20 an hour. That requires political will, which I find sadly lacking in this government. The Scottish Government does have that will. They have a Cabinet Secretary for fair pay, skills and equalities. Now, we need to pay the people who are looking after the most vulnerable of our people in our society a decent wage. If you pay a fair wage, you'll get fair work. I too am conscious, when I was a local councillor, of the fact that a lot of women were very, very much underpaid and strived for years to get equal pay with male counterparts. It's still happening in Scotland. As I said, we're not a utopian society, but the Scottish Government has committed to paying the living wage and to giving enough money to local authorities to pay the living wage to people who take part in the health and care partnership. And I cannot understand why this cannot be done here in England as well. It requires political will. And where is that political will? It is sadly lacking. I think it also requires political will for the government to hound, harass and do whatever it can via HMRC or any other agency to ensure that employers pay the minimum that's required in this country, and they should be encouraged to pay far more. I don't want to be in a position, and here I will personalise it, I don't want to be in a position where if someone is being paid to care for me, that they are going to cut short the time that I require, I'm entitled to rush off and help someone else. I think it is really a reflection, and a very sad reflection, on society that we treat the most vulnerable in this almost callous way, and that we should, in fact, look at it from the point of view, would you want it to be your parent, your mother, your sister, your brother, who is subjected to work from someone who is grossly undervalued and underpaid? We need to change the entire context of care for the elderly and disabled in this country, across the United Kingdom. Because if we don't, we are building up a time bomb for ourselves and for those we care for most.